Hello everyone, this is AWorldExposure. Terry Jones, the minister of a small 50-member church in Gainesville, Florida, says that he plans to burn copies of the Quran on September 11th. Now this has created a lot of outrage in Afghanistan. In Kabul, hundreds of demonstrators turned up to protest him. They even burnt an effigy of him. General David Petraeus says that burning copies of the Quran could put our troops' lives in danger. He says it is precisely the kind of action the Taliban uses and could cause significant problems. Not just here, but everywhere in the world we are engaged with the Islamic community. And Lieutenant General William Caldwell, who oversees the training of Afghan security forces, explains that many Afghans do not understand the First Amendment and that Barack Obama just can't stop U.S. citizens from doing these things. Now, I think what General Petraeus and Lieutenant General Caldwell are saying is that many Afghans would feel that the entire U.S. and U.S. Armed Forces would all share the same feelings of burning the Quran. Now at the protest, Afghan protesters threw rocks at a military convoy passing by and chanted death to America, while the ones that were speaking demanded for America to withdraw its troops. So the problem is that the military officials feel that if burning the Quran ends up on the internet, which it probably would, then the protest would grow much larger. We can already see the aggressive behavior from the Afghans on our troops just with the idea of burning the Quran. Now, with all of the tension rising, this idea of burning the Quran, Terry Jones says, quote, "We understand the general's concerns. We are sure that his concerns are legitimate." Jones also says, quote, "We must send a clear message to the radical element of Islam. We will no longer be controlled and dominated by their fears and threats." Well, now, military officials are not trying to deny Jones of his First Amendment rights, but are just warning him of backlash being taken out on our troops, or even civilians wherever radical Islam might be in the world. Military officials are also concerned that if the burning is broadcast in Afghanistan, then the tensions between Afghanistan military police and NATO forces could rise. Now, radical Islamists are always burning effigies and other nations' flags. And Terry Jones has every right to burn the Quran. Unfortunately, with all of the media hype regarding this story, there are now circumstances that would put people's lives on the line just to offend Islamists. So in my opinion, I don't think it's worth it. But the First Amendment will allow him to do so even with this threat. Now, this is a great first-hand example of how our troops overseas are risking their lives to protect our freedom in America.